the Dreamport Discord server. I'm ShadowsPub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel and come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and the link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, let's get started. Kitty Girl, did you want to remind people about the pimp arrangement?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Ingenuity, whatever you want to call him, the crypto pimp. He gives away pimp tokens each week to people who present, and if you present by text, you will earn 30 pimp tokens. If you present by voice, because we want to hear your beautiful voices, he will award 60 pimp tokens, and those will go straight to your account on Hive Engine.
Okay, thank you. And Luchelle, you are leading us off today. You're up. Luchelle, are you with us? I don't see her typing yet. There she is. I see her typing. There we go.
Oh, and one other quick thing about the pimp before Lucille does her post. If you go into Hive Engine and stake your tokens, you will earn dividends. So don't forget to do that periodically.
Yeah, I looked in there the other day and went, "Oh, I need to stake these." I had accumulated them. I hadn't been in there in a while. All right, Luchelle, tell us about this. Try
Can you
again.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry, I think I'm in a noisy environment. I'm still at the office. I just came back from it at Happy Customer Supermarket. So, about the post, something phenomenal happened 2 days ago, and that was the strawberry moon that appeared. I don't know how many people saw it, but I was lucky to see it. And that's what I shared in the post. So if you missed witnessing the strawberry moon, please go read the post and see. Thank you.
I noticed people visiting the fruit stand across the street yesterday, which tells me that strawberries are now in season.
Yeah, they are.
Well, they take a little bit longer here. It's a tad cooler sometimes.
But we don't have strawberry here, so we'll just manage the moon that came up. Yes.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Luchelle. And Seki, you're up. Mango Moon. There's strawberry in the north. I see Seki typing. All right. And
Yeah.
tell us
Good
about it.
evening or morning, afternoon. So, there's really not much. It's just my thoughts on the anime movie Your Name. A few people might have heard of it or probably seen an edit of it. It's a very nice movie, though. I advise you all to go read the post, check the movie out. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
All right. You like anime, don't you? You seem to share a fair amount about them. And Kitty Girl, you're up. There she is.
Yeah, I was off sending tokens when you called me.
That's okay. I
um,
figured that.
well, I was going to share this anyway, even before Solo came into chat, but definitely now that he's here, I want to be sure this is such an unusual idea for a meatloaf. He puts cottage cheese in the middle of the meatloaf before he bakes it. And I thought that sounded like such an unusual idea. Definitely something interesting that I'll try in the future. So anyone who has any adventurousness in their eating habits ought to give this a try. And if Solo wants to pop in and say anything about it, and this is your time, Solo.
Yeah, well, it's something that I've tried a few times, and every time I've cooked it, I've really enjoyed making it. It adds quite a bit of weight to the meatloaf, so it really stretches it, and it lasts me like a good week. And it's just easy to warm up again. Just put it in a ceramic dish and heat it up, and it comes right back up to where it needs to be. So it's good for leftovers too.
I'm curious, where did you even come up with this idea? It's so unusual.
My mom used to make it, so I learned it from her, and she showed me how to do it. And I don't think I ever tried it until I was well into my adult years, and it's pretty easy now that I tried to make it.
Our mother used to think that mixing in a can of pineapple into cottage cheese was just the bee's knees. I wonder what she would think of that in the middle of a meatloaf. Might
Oh,
actually.
I love pineapple and cottage cheese. I used to buy that all the time from the market where it was pre-mixed, and I'd eat that stuff like crazy.
I think.
It's a very big 1960s thing.
Yeah, but I think if I was going to try it in this now, I would actually get fresh pineapple, not the canned.
I should definitely try it again. That used to be a big snack of mine, getting the cottage cheese and pineapple.
Might be interesting with the beef.
I
I
was
don't
just
know
thinking the
about
same
that.
thing. Cottage cheese and pineapple in the meatloaf. Yeah.
Um,
I bet if you
it was
put
my,
tomato paste in it, that would really work well with the pineapple.
Sweet and savory.
That'd be yummy. Yeah.
And then if you take the cottage cheese out, it would be perfect.
Gee, I wonder if Bluefin likes cottage cheese.
Maybe
Yes.
add cheddar. There you go.
I put cheddar in meatloaf.
Yeah, I've seen it
I
with
need to
with
kind of
cheddar.
try
I've
some
never
other
seen it with
cheeses,
cottage
that's for
cheese
sure.
before.
Up 2/3 of the meat is no longer beef. I use pork and ground turkey.
Oh, that sounds really good.
That's an interesting
Yeah,
mix.
half and half. The pork gives it, well, I mean, traditional meatloaf mixes ground pork, ground beef, and ground veal.
Hmm.
And I cut down the beef because that's a little more fatty.
Yeah, that's an interesting mix. You're getting all possibilities here, Solo. You may have to do follow up posts,
I
taste
have
testing.
pretty sure I have a meatloaf post recipe from, I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
But
Solo may need to try the variations and then compare the tastes. Give
Yeah, I
us a
do. I
definitive
need to
statement.
add some of that tomato paste. I think that'd be really good. Someone mentioned adding some ketchup to it, so I think tomatoes is definitely where it's at if I'm going to add something to it.
Actually, I think Artemis mentioned tomato sauce,
No, tomato paste.
tomato paste.
You can get
Well,
more concentrated tomato flavor with less moisture.
it's a that's a traditional Mediterranean way to make meatloaf, is with tomato paste and breadcrumbs and some kind of shredded cheese
Nice.
in there.
I also do ground turkey most of the time in my meatloaves, and it's just as good as the beef to me. And I think it's less fat and it gets away from the red meat thing, that they say is not good for you.
Depends who you read whether it's good for you or not.
Well, that's true.
Everything in moderation.
Then, when you're into things like your yogurt and your cottage cheese, if you read one author, it's got to be fat free, and you read another, it's no, it's got to be full fat because that's actually healthier for you. So it's like make up your mind, folks.
And then some tell you no dairy whatsoever.
True enough.
I mean, the healthiest way is obviously with a shot of gin in it. That clearly.
Well, there won't be any alcohol left when you finish cooking it. That's for sure.
I mean, I meant a shot of gin in the chef while you're cooking.
Oh, in
I
the
didn't mean
chef,
in the
as
actual.
long as you're the cook.
Correct.
Ah,
Correct.
got it. All right. Bobby B, you're up. And we're staying on a food theme. Tell us about this, Bobby.
Thank you, Shadows. It helps to turn my mic on. So often Mondays and sometimes Tuesdays, I pop the fridge open and see what leftovers there are, and do something deemed edible with them. Well, we had a potluck this weekend, lots of leftovers, so wound up stretching out to Thursday, which is also bin day here. So, kind of filtered through and found some healthy bok choy and some mushrooms. So did a little avocado oil stir fry with those, get them seasoned up a bit, and then cracked an egg in, let it just cook there until the whites were firmed up and the yolk was ready to splash all over the place. Um, Topped it off with a little tomatillo sauce, and boom, we had a breakfast. And it was almost that perfect until I went to sprinkle salt in a certain cohabitator had not screwed on the salt shaker cap. So I
Oops.
turned it over and a mega dump of salt. Managed to spoon enough of it off to leave this edible. So yeah, we're gonna have a chat. But outside of that, yeah, it made for a quick and fun little brunch munch today.
So there's a certain individual in this channel who, in her younger days, her eyes would have lit up when that lid came off.
Yes, I admit it. And
Uh-huh. Yeah.
we were
And actually I
we
think it was more
became
like, yeah.
we
I think it was
became
more like the lid coming off really wasn't the issue. The issue was the little ticker cap that snaps onto the top of the jar was not there.
ah yeah, we sat beside Artemis at the dinner table. It was just reflex to reach over and take the salt shaker off her because she really liked her salt.
that was so mean of you.
And we
Do you know
were.
some? Do you ever see some folks who will take the shaker salt and shake it in their hand just to judge how fast it
Mm-hmm.
comes out?
Oh yeah.
My uncle would do that, and he would just make a mound in his palm, and then dump them out. I mean, he was bad about that.
Oh man. And see,
He he.
I'm salt averse. I'm To me, virtually everything is ready to go, like just like it is. Yeah.
Uh, the only thing I put salt in is I don't cook with salt. I cook a lot, but the only thing I
Mhm.
put salt in is potatoes.
Okay. Yeah, because that really soaks up the sodium. Really,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
needs it. Yeah.
brings it out,
Yeah. For
brings out
me,
the potassium in that. Yeah.
it really does. Yeah. For me, I lean more into finishing salts, if anything.
Well, here's the thing, bipolar. We've got Bluefin, and we've got Solo, we've got Bobby B, and we've got Kitty Girl. We're gonna talk food. That's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's the way it
What can I
rolls.
tell you?
It's either food or gardening, and that's okay. There's worse things we
Yeah.
could be talking about.
Absolutely.
And our
I'm glad I had
presenter,
lunch before. Oh,
you
it's me.
are up.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. This one played with my brain. I was like, what the heck is a xerophytic phytic? And then I had to go look up the word, and it's a plant that really doesn't need water, like, doesn't need much at all. I'm like, well, xerophytic. This was interesting. Go and read this one with that information, and it'll be like, wow, that's interesting.
If you thought it played with
I
your
wonder if
brain,
it'll grow well on Mars.
it would.
That's a good question.
If you thought it played with your brain as the recipient of it, you should have tried it from the writer's side.
I believe you. I bet you that took a little bit of chewing.
That took a good part of the day before that got finalized. I had started that very early in the morning, and yeah, it was mid afternoon, mid to late afternoon when it got finalized.
Well done, because it's really good.
Thank you. And Amy, you are up. Amy still with us? Amy's still with us. I just don't see her typing. Amy. There she is. All right, Amy. Tell us about this.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hello.
This post was written, I think, on I can't remember the day, but probably last week, Friday or thereabout. So it's about a song I got inspired by, and I'm sure many of you know Dolly Parton. Her song "Coat of Many Colors." There's a very beautiful message in that song, and while I was doing my house chores, I was listening to it, and it hit differently that time. So I decided to write the message I learned from the song. So if you want to know what the message taught me, you can click on the link and read. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was one of her more popular songs, wasn't it? Coat of Many Colors?
It was her first hit.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to read what Amy wrote to find out why it hit her differently. I could ask, but she's going to send us to the article because she's smart that way. Thank you, Amy. Bipolar, you're up. Come on, my lady who never has an opinion. You're up. She's probably over looking for her link. There she is.
Shadows, how did you know where to look for my link?
I what I was doing bipolar was I was filling in some time so there wasn't a lot of dead air in the recording. All right, tell us about this.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So this is a response to the Hive Learner's prompt on a phone reliance or dependency. And yesterday, something weird really happened to me. I can't really wrap my fingers around it. My phone just went missing without any trace. So when I saw this prompt, I was going to write about it yesterday, but I was too devastated. I didn't even know where to start. And then today, I started writing very, very early in the morning, and I just finished writing it now. And I guess part of it could be I'm just trying to suppress everything that I'm feeling. And then when I finished writing this, I now asked Meta AI, does this make sense? I don't know, maybe it's how I like put the prompt, and they told me I wrote rubbish. And I was editing and not editing. And then I sent it to Abenat to help me look at it. And then she asked Meta AI, and then they said it's okay. So in case you're going through it, I'm just giving you heads up. It might seem a bit disjointed, but I'm just trying to express what I feel. So I'm just talking about my phone and my heavy reliance on it.
All right. Well,
That's all.
often our thoughts come a little disjointed. So if you're expressing your feelings and they seem a bit disjointed, that's cool. That's normal.
Thank you.
This picture you chose is rather interesting. When you take a look at it, you almost think it's a face in profile, and the sun is
I
coming
got it from
across his
Unsplash.
mouth. Pardon?
I got it from Unsplash.
Yeah. There's
Sa-
this city in northern
Para ver
Ontario.
si
Pardon me?
es todavía en venta. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Dale.
But you got a hot mic there.
Y abajo, lo parte abajo, lo parte.
We'll help him out there while he's busy. there's a city in
Consider him helped.
there's a city in part of northern Ontario called Thunder Bay, and offshore there's a rock formation that they call the Sleeping Giant. And when you look at it,
Oh,
it looks like a person laying down. It's part of
is
the
it what they
Sleeping.
use in acting Mohana?
Pardon
I
me?
think they have something like. Have you watched Mohana, the cartoon?
I don't think I have.
Oh, okay. I think that sleeping giant was depicted in the cartoon.
Ah, it goes back
Yeah.
into First Nations mythology, so I don't know the exact story behind it. But we visited it as kids.
Okay, so I have to
Amazing.
go. My nephew is disturbing. Bye.
Enjoy, Seke. You're up.
Actually, he posted in chat a minute ago he had to leave. Something came up.
Oh, okay. In that case, Luchelle moves in. Luchelle, you're up. Or is she still in there? Yep, she's still with us. How could I miss that avatar, that bright yellow? Easy to spot. It's like bluefin's bluefin. Easy to spot. Now, Luchelle, there you are. See you typing. Yes, you'll come next. Oh, you want me to hold on for a minute. In that case, speaking of bluefin, you're up.
Oh no.
Oh no. What?
Um, I can't believe that. I lost the page. I lost my.
Oh, you were
Can
checking
you
out
skip?
posts and you lost the page.
I found it. I found it. Here it is.
Okay.
Um, it's I post this not to get any likes on it because it's quite old, but more to say, hey, here's my healthier meatloaf recipe. It's a traditional way of making it from Mediterranean cuisine. You know, we use certain herbs and we cook with tomato in a lot of things. So yeah, tomato paste is in there, and um, yeah, 2023. I guess it is an old one. August of 2023. Um, as I mentioned, I love to cook, and so this is my healthier meatloaf recipe where I use a lot less beef and more ground turkey, just to kind of cut a little of the fats out.
You just gave me an idea. I was thinking about since I have some cottage cheese in the house, I was thinking about giving that meatloaf a shot, but I only have a small portion of hamburger in the freezer, so I'll do it in meatballs and put the cottage cheese in the center. That'll work.
Yeah, I mean that's an awesome idea. You get that burst of cheesy goodness inside.
Yeah,
Sounds yummy.
things just fall into place sometimes.
Sometimes they work out.
All right. Thank you, Bluefin. And
You're
Luchelle,
welcome.
are you ready now? I see her typing. Yep, she's good to go. Oh, by the way, I haven't been paying attention to the draw channel, so let's have a look, see who we got here. Bipolar won the 1 HBI, and Sucky won the 3 HBI. All right, Luchelle, go for it.
Hello, everyone.
I can hear you, sort of. There's a lot of noise there, so come as close to the mic as you
If
can.
it's noisy.
Yeah, be as close to the mic as you can.
Oh, okay. It's about my a week today was my birthday, so I made a post about it. Please go read it. Thank you. I'm in your nursing road. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so every June 5th happens to be a special day in Luchelle's life. It's her birthday. I like the way she's told you what the day was without saying the word birthday in that first paragraph. That's kind of cool.
Megan calls it eviction day.
Eviction day. Ah, she was cozy there, was she?
Oh, that's awesome.
Trust your daughter.
I love that. I,
I will have to try to remember to use that at a certain day in August.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
I will do my best to remember that.
That's
Kelvin,
awesome.
you're up. I think he's with us. Calvin? There we go. All right, Calvin, tell us about this.
Hello, everyone.
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So, this post, I think after writing this post, I started regretting why I wrote it because kind of, I kind of felt the adverse effect of writing it. It's it was a prompt by the Hive Learners community on how we use our phones, how addicted we are to our phones. And for a while, I've been trying to do away with my phone. So I talked about how I have been um, staying without my phone for quite a good while. And yesterday, after writing the post, I kind of, I don't know, it was okay not being with my phone. It was so okay that I forgot to post what I wrote, and I lost my streak, my writing streak for the year. So it's kind of painful, but I think probably that's the disadvantage of not being addicted to a phone. Anyway, you can check it out and see how I stopped or rather how I ended my phone addiction. Thank you.
Oh, I know that feeling about losing the streak for the year. I lost it back when I lost power in the end of March.
Oh,
Oh, post a day.
Yeah, the post a day for the year. So I lost my continuity on that. So it sounds like Calvin did the same thing. Lost his phone, lost his continuity.
yes, I did.
That's okay. There's still the month ones and the week ones, and next year's coming.
Sure, sure. We'll go again.
All right, Artemis, you're up.
My mouse is dancing. There we go.
Your mouse is dancing. Ooh, any
It
particular
was.
dance? Was it the rumba?
This is it was a salsa.
Okay.
It was everywhere. This is a post from Shani Bear, and she's talking about what she did on Saturday. She actually had a very productive day. She found a Moses basket on Free Cycle to put her antique teddy bear in. Then she went grocery shopping, and she's been using this app to gamify saving money on groceries, and she's been doing really well with that. And it just about sounds like what was a really good day for her. So please give her some love.
All right. Yes, she could definitely use the love right now.
Yeah, she just lost her sister recently, so she could use the love.
I don't know whether she posted about that or not.
Oh, I have a big mouth.
No, not really. You're just being caring.
Well, I probably should have made sure that. Anyways, you know what I mean.
Ah, ok.
So,
Voy,
Buckcoin.
voy a buscar algo para agua.
Oh, he still got the conversation going. I didn't want him to think that we just didn't want to hear from him. And Bluefin won the 5 HBI, and Abinad is up.
Oh.
Did I hear Bluefin groan over 5 HBI?
I said, oh, that's nice.
Oh, it was like, that's nice.
Hi.
Obviously, he didn't mean the that's nice like we do, Artemis. Hi, Abinad.
Hi everyone. So I'm on this post I wrote yesterday in the minimalist community, and I spoke about three adjectives I think an ideal minimalist lifestyle should be characterized with. So I think you all should check it out. Thank you.
All right. Minimalism. People really do get into that, don't they? She's got a minimalist
Like,
orange juice on the table. Sorry, Artemis, go for
I'd like to hire some minimalists to come in and help me be minimalist.
it. I hear you on
I'd
that
like
one.
to hire somebody to, yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me just
I'd,
say something about Marie Kondo.
Okay.
She came clean. She in her life, you know, keep it if it brings you joy. Minimal, 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 minimal. Keep it if it brings you joy. And then she had a kid. And she was like, what was I thinking? And the whole world went, yeah.
Actually, I've been recently being even more extreme than Marie because it depends on the day for joy. But I look at something and I think if that was covered in excrement, would I clean it and keep it?
Oh, good Lord.
Now that is a litmus test.
I've gotten rid of a lot of things.
Okay. This is not nearly as joyful as your poop covered test, but I made a breakthrough in my own mental health when, with all of my many moves, like I'm running from something, literally. In my many moves, I'm like, this thing, who gave it to me, or how did I end up with it? If it had anything to do with anybody that made me feel icky about myself, I just ditched it.
That's a great idea.
That's an interesting approach. So,
Uh-huh.
Abinad, are you into minimalism? And does it bring you joy? Abinad's sitting tight on that. She's like, I'm not sure I want to answer. Oh, she's going to type an answer.
What do I have to do to get a blouse like the one that she's wearing in that photograph? That is gorgeous. And can you imagine it in like a black satin? That would be so great on a concert stage. I love it.
Bipolar says that
I bet she made it.
Abinat is the forerunner of minimalism. Now we'll see what the retort is here.
Well, I think I've told this story before, but I'm going to do it again. Alessandra talking about her mini moves and paring things down reminds me of a guy I used to work with who every time he moved, he would stack his boxes in the living room or a spare room, whatever. And when he needed something, he would take it out of the box and use it, like a skillet or his toothbrush or whatever. At the end of 6 months, he would take all the boxes down to the local charity and donate them. He figured if I haven't taken something out of the box in 6 months, I don't need it. And that's how he kept minimalism. And I thought that was an interesting technique.
That's really smart.
It is, but I'm not going to move to do it.
No, I don't want to either.
I worked with a minimalist organizer for 5 years. And I went from like 5 buildings and 2 storage units of libraries and ball gowns and, I mean, things that you use very rarely, to 2 super big crates, which were like, I don't know, a couple of meters long, a couple of meters high, meter and a half across. So all of those things are still in those 2. And tomorrow we get keys to a new apartment. So we're going to basically pack up 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of furniture, 4 pieces of furniture, some suitcases, Nisa Boo, the kitty cat, and her scratching post, and we'll go to the new apartment. And when we're good and ready, we can have those crates delivered, and then Bob's your uncle. That's the plan.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah. Kitty girl, you're up.
Well, it's a shame Bluefin is not still in the chat with us. We have another gardener in our midst. IBB Tammy is writing that she's doing a little bit of gardening this year, and it's saving her money. She knows the food is healthy and fresh, but it's also saving her having to take 2 buses to get to the market, which is pretty cool. So give her some encouragement on her post.
Very nice. And Bluefin has his garden in 2 places now. At home and down at the Cape. He has 2 gardens, I should say. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to share today? Okay,
well, I'm going to drop an icon, but let's just give everybody another minute to see if somebody else has one first.
Okay. And Buckcoins, you had a hot mic there, so we server muted you, but that doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. Go for it, Alessandra.
Well, first I have to fix my my emoji, and second of all, get the drop the link.
Yeah,
do I
with capitals? It'll probably work better.
Yeah, it takes capitals. So what? See, I blame it on Kitty Girl. She made me do the thing before the $ BALS. I was like, all caps. She's like, no. So now I'm stuck. See, how'd that go? Do you like that, Kitty Girl? I blamed you. There.
That's fine. Right. I'll take the blame.
Okay, so there. Let me get that. You see, you leave and you get out of practice with all this stuff.
All right. So Alexander is getting a link.
I know. I'm sorry.
So that happens butt coins, and we called on you once, and it was like, okay, you're busy, so I just changed it.
Okay, now it could be that my sister in crime, Artemis North, presented this while I was busy choking earlier.
She didn't actually.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I love this one because it goes, I love this post of Shadows Daily Echoes because it goes in a direction that you wouldn't expect. So, since I have been living with violins, violas, cellos, and contrabass for the last 2 weeks, I'm all about the stringed instrument. And so when I saw the title of this Daily Echo saying useless, I'm like, hey, now wait a minute. I've got 40 stringed instruments making me stupidly happy. Why would that be useless? And of course, with Shadows, things go in a direction that you don't expect. So I love this. It had me written all over it because, as you can see in the very beginning of the post, it reads, overthinking and hunting creative perfectionism can stifle and render useless the potential of the pure and perfect joy of creating. So this is my favorite for the time that I was gone. Thank you so much for doing this one. And everybody just take a peek at this and look really closely at the art that is behind the, and we see that and we think, oh, cello. But can I tell you a little something about the cello? Is that in my part, the clarinet part, when there are cues that are written that help to anchor me and affirm that I'm not lost in the music and that I'm not going to come in at the wrong time, I see these letters, V as in Victor and C as in cello, VC. And then it will have teeny tiny notes, just like you see here in her artwork. And they're lighter in color and they're very tiny, but they're not for me. It means at this point of the sheet music, at that particular bar where they're located, I should hear the voice of the entry of the violoncellos. The cellos will be playing those notes, and that tells me for sure what bar I'm in and how many more beats I count until I come in. That's the plan, and it works 98% of the time. So I love you for doing this one, Shadows. It really it sent me on just a little thought adventure where I thought I knew I was going, but actually I went somewhere better. Thank you. The end.
Okay, now I will fess up. You were in mine when I wrote creative perfectionism.
I resemble that remark.
I thought you might. But it's kind of cute that you actually noticed it and took it in. And Bipolar asked if you do poetry.
Oh, what did Bipolar ask?
If you do poetry.
From time to time, I get asked that. If I was a poet, I didn't know it.
Isn't most music poetry, anyways?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Ebenet said, I saw her with an instrument that looked like that at CWH, but wasn't sure.
That's right. I was playing clarinet. In fact, it was pretty tricky playing an orchestra because it was the first time that I've had the experience where I had to play two different clarinets. I had to keep them on stands and keep it straight which was which. And literally within the same, like for instance, in the Schumann Piano Concerto, in the second and third movements, we're switching back and forth between the clarinets. And it's crazy as it sounds, and it's got to look weird from the audience, but that was as the composer wrote it, was to switch back and forth between the two.
So, have you considered that might be the first post you share
That would be interesting because as a clarinetist, I did not even know that there were things written that would require you to have two full stands with clarinets ready to go and switch back and forth and pray to the Lord in heaven above, in whose house we were playing, that you grab the right one at the right time.
Well, actually, she showed us on video one day her setup that she had brought together in order to accomplish that. So that's why it occurred to me when she was talking that it might actually make an interesting post because then you can put those pictures with it.
That would be a great place to start, wouldn't it?
Just a thought.
Oh, who's given 350 HBD to whom? What's going on here? Bipolar and Abinad.
Well, of course it's bipolar and Abinad.
Bipolar's like, call the police.
Speaking of which, bipolar, you won the NFT today. And I know you're going to charge Abinad 350 HBD for it. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, this post is a bit of a public service announcement. In English, we have taken the phrase single mom or single mother to a level that means that the woman is raising the child on her own. She has no financial support, nobody else to turn to really. She's doing all the work herself. But there are some people who are misunderstanding, and there are women whose partners have left them, but they're still providing financial support to raise the child, or they're sharing custody. They're coming over and picking up the child on weekends or whatever. And these people are calling themselves single moms, but they're not really raising the child and providing all the financial support on their own. So they're not really single moms per the definition that society has tagged to single moms. So I thought this was just a good post to kind of get the word out and make sure that you're speaking properly so that you're not misleading people. It's so this, yeah, it's more of a public service announcement than anything else. But I thought this was a very well written post, and it brings up a good point.
Interesting. See, when I think single mom, and I've certainly dealt with a lot of them, my usual question is there a male figure in the household, or is there a partner in the household? Is the more correct term these days. Whether it's the father of the child or not.
Well, that's a good point too. Yeah.
Well, sometimes the father can be in the household and not contribute in any way.
Yes, this happens. Other than the fact that they, did their part in starting it.
Well, that's the fun part. I mean, come
Well, you
on.
just said it anyway. I just thought I'd, qualify that.
Then you end up with two kids instead of just instead of just the guy.
True enough. Sometimes the child is more of an adult. What can you do with your NFT? Well, you can download it if you want to and use it as wallpaper, or you can trade it. It's up to you.
Or you can print it onto a t-shirt and wear it.
It would need some upscaling to put it onto a t-shirt.
So what's this about a country western song written by Bitter Irony? That's really
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, Bitter Irony. We know him as Devin. He writes country western songs and rock and roll songs. And the country western songs get performed live in Nashville. And this is one that he did with his songwriting partner Tom Worth. And yeah, it's really fun. We have a friend. I went to design school with her, but she is like into hedge funds and anyway, so she deals. When she goes to work, the money that she makes is in 7 and 8 digits. We're like really top level wealth. And when she goes to work, she gets ready for bed when she gets on the plane, and she gets in her full size bed and flies to New York or to Canada or wherever she's putting together a deal. And so Devin was so inspired by the pictures that she was sending us. She was like, "Oh, I want you to see how cute my bed is." That he wrote this song with Tom, and yeah, it's getting tons of airplay on Spotify. And they made a video with it, and so when it came up about private jets, I couldn't resist.
Private jet, wanton hubris. I love that last part. That's obviously.
I'm like, is that supposed to be me?
I don't know unless you're
in that picture.
Private jets. And Artemis, you are up.
Another question is that supposed to be Devin?
Good point.
Yeah. Right?
He maybe have to add a chicken to the cover.
Oh
There
my
we
God.
go.
When do we not need a chicken?
When you're eating banana bread, but then you could put chicken on banana bread and it would still be delicious.
Well, so in the design world, there is always in textiles and wallpapers and object d'art, you name it, there is always an insect and an animal of the year. So I'm just thinking for 2026, it should totally be chicken.
Emotional support chicken. Artemis.
Emotional support chicken. That's right.
Artemis.
What's the color of the year?
Oh God. I don't know. And
wow,
and I know
you've been busy.
That I've been really busy, and I know that's crazy, but when I'm doing my work on color, I'm working on the forecasts that are 3 and 4 years from now. Like I'm supposed to be at a place on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to work on one, and I just had to opt out this year. I can't.
Artemis, tell us about this post.
Well, my husband is a banana bread freak. He loves banana bread, is always asking for banana bread. And this actually, I was looking through the post this morning and wow, I'm going to make this one because this one's actually good for him. Well, it's better than the original.
Because it has protein. How's the protein go in? Through the nuts and the yogurt?
The yogurt and whey protein powder.
There's a lot of foods are coming out with the high protein. We actually have to be careful that we don't go too far.
This is true.
I'm kind of conscious.
You could get gout.
Well, there's that, and if you eat too much protein on a regular basis, it actually can impact your kidneys. And I don't want impacted kidneys, thank you.
No.
Kidney.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to share?
I have one more that I found.
Go for it.
This actually looks, I've never tasted anything like it. Not that I know what it tastes like, but I'm going to try making it because this looks amazing. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But it's like, no, the name of the dish. Cuisine, it's from Sri Lanka.
Right.
And where's the name of it gone? Huh. You know, I don't see the name of it on the post. Does anyone else?
No.
But it has semolina and sugar and coconut and peanuts and cashews and dates. It looks so good.
It does. And it looks like it's fairly easy to go together.
Well, where'd they put the name? Oh. No, it doesn't even say the name of it on the post that curated it.
It's only the one recipe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you call it whatever you feel like. Looks good though. Looks like it'd be something that'd be great on a food tray at a buffet. And
Or an afternoon with a good book. Oh, sorry.
that too. Abinad, you're up. Bipolar says she tried baking with semolina once. It didn't end well. That might be an interesting story.
Yes, it would.
All right, Abinad, tell us about this.
Okay, so I saw this post 2 days ago and it was really sad. And I didn't know this man, but from the post, it looks like he was a very good person. And it's sad that his friend lost him. And I think we all should send him our condolences for losing such an amazing friend on the blockchain.
Smith Labs. That name is familiar, but I think I knew him from Steam more than Hive. But then we lose track of people sometimes. That looks like a nice post. Thank you. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Then you've been listening to Shadows Pub host Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us at PYPT and join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and it's all about community. Oh, let's not forget. Bye, Wilma.
Bye, Wilma.